Hello boys, today I wanted to make character concepts for Whole Cake Island, Brook and Pedro, and these are some of my favorite units and I really want to see them in Opbr. So okay, let's start the character concepts off with Pedro. Okay, so full name for Pedro would be former captain of the Nox Pirates, Pedro, and he would be a red attacker. His stats would be nothing special. He would have higher attack than defense and good HP, and his basic combo would be a basic swordsman combo, which is just slash, 3 slashes in a row. His skill 1 would be called I don't intend to return alive, and when he uses it a bomb would explode where he stands and Pedro would jump forward. It would do about 600 damage and have a knockback effect, and if Pedro's HP is under 10% he would kill himself, and the skill would do 900 damage and have increased range, and the cooldown would be about 35 seconds. Skill 2 would be called I'm Not Dying Yet, and Pedro would be launching forward with a sword slash and do about 500 damage, and the skill would have a shock effect for 5 seconds and increase damage towards defenders by 50%, and the skill would have a 25-second cooldown. As for character traits, so when Pedro is attacking an enemy he would have a 5% chance to inflict shock, and he would have increased damage towards shocked enemies by 20%. And when HP reaches 0 he would heal back up to 5% and reduce cooldown on skill 1 by 50%, so he would basically have a chance to use skill 1 to its fullest potential. And trait 1, when attacking an enemy in treasure area, he would boost damage by 30%, and he would boost attack by 30% when inflicting shock to an enemy. And trait 2, so when downed, he would reduce cooldown of skill 2 by 15%, and when using skill 1 he would boost speed by 30% for 5 seconds and heal for 25% of HP if he doesn't die from the skill. Okay, so now let's move on to Whole Cake Island Brook. His full name would be Treasure Vault Infiltrator Brook, and he would be a blue runner. His stats, so he would have a bit more than average HP and also attack, but his defense wouldn't be that great. And his basic combo would be a slash and then a series of thrusts. His skill 1 would be called Swallow Banderole, and Brook would launch forward and do a sword attack, and it would do 600 damage and inflict freeze for 5 seconds, and it would also reduce enemy defense by 20% for 10 seconds, and the cooldown would be 25 seconds. Skill 2 would be called Soul King, and Brook would summon Soul King and create a trait area around him, and the trait area would do 8% damage per second and reduce enemy attack and speed by 20%, and the trait area would last for 8 seconds and have a cooldown of 35 seconds. As for his character traits, so he would nullify shock like every other Brook, and when inside the trait area, either you or one of your allies, he would boost skill cooldown by 50% for you or the ally, and when attacking he would have a 5% chance to inflict freeze, and when KO'd he would survive on 1 HP. And trait 1, so when he's alone in treasure area, he would boost capture speed by 50%, and when attacking an enemy inside treasure area, he would increase damage by 30%. And trait 2, when attacking an enemy, reduce cooldown of skill 2 by 2%, and when inflicting enemy with freeze, boost speed by 20% for 10 seconds. So that was my concept for Whole Cake Island, Brook and Pedro. I think Pedro could be a really nice attacker and could do some really nice damage with his skill 1. And I also like that he has the shock trait and do extra damage towards shocked enemies. As for Brook, I really liked his trait area. I think it's a underused mechanic that could be really nice for someone like him, and he would be more technical and have a lot of debuffs for the enemies, as well as freeze and speed boost for himself, so he could be a really nice runner as well. But I'd like to hear what you think about my characters, and please write in the comments down below and have a discussion about the units. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.